Hi guys, so I'm going to be using this video today as an opportunity to lay a little bit more groundwork for the journal that I proposed in this website called Steppingstone. Basically, Steppingstone is meant to be a first-time publication journal, so it will be for authors who have not been published yet or who have not been published in the genre that they are submitting to. I think that this is important because it's something that I would have really loved when I was starting out submitting to journals about a year ago. I would have jumped at the chance to submit to a more low pressure journal where I felt like the odds were evened, where my competitors weren't all highly decorated already with awards and accolades. In this video, I'm going to just be breaking it down and talking about the structure, the schedule, etc. So for the schedule of Steppingstone, I would really like for it to be just a fairly typical schedule that most journals are on. I think that quarter annual is a really great amount for a new journal because each issue gives you another chance of making money off of ads, getting your name out there, and the more opportunities you give writers to submit to your journal, the more writers are going to want to submit. I also think that including contests is a really great way to incentivize writers when you have that prize. And so I would like to have a couple issues that are dedicated to contest winners. So an issue that is just for, let's say, Steppingstone Spring Contest, Steppingstone Fall Contest. As far as the fees for this journal, I think that the submission fees should typically be kept fairly low, so that way it can be accessible to most writers. I would like for it to be within the range of $3 to $5, depending on how well the journal is doing. For contests, the fees will be a little bit higher to cover the costs of giving prizes to the winners. I don't want the contest to have ranked winners like first, second, third. I think that it should just be you get in the journal, you win, maybe like 5 winners. And I think that for a smaller journal, you can't offer a huge prize, maybe like $150, $200 would be good to start. As far as content, I would like to have a couple of broader categories that encompass all genres. I think that flash fiction, fiction, which would just be like short stories, creative nonfiction, and poetry would be a great place to start with those 4 broad categories. But I would also like to have another section of the journal that is a blog space for editors where they can produce quality content kind of all year round to keep readers engaged even when there isn't an issue coming out. The typical word count for these, I think, would be for flash fiction, I would have it under 1,000 words. For fiction, it would be 1,000 to 5,000. For nonfiction, I think under 2,000 is going to be enough. And for poetry, there would be no word limit, but I would like to include an option for poets to include a compilation of their works, as long as there is a thread kind of tying them together, whether it's style, theme, etc. Something that's really important to me in this journal is to make sure that it has a varying range of topics, styles, voices. I just think that I would like to touch on everything in each of those, and that it's really important to make sure that it's a safe space for all writers. I know that genre work can be frowned upon in the literary community, but I would like to have genre work included in this as well. I want everybody to have the opportunity to submit and an equal chance to be published. And lastly, I would like to touch on our online presence. I think that a strong online presence is really important for a journal, especially when they're starting out. I mean, the world is basically digitized at this point. If you are going to be successful, you need to be online and posting ads to make that revenue, to be able to pay your workers, and keeping up to date with content, submissions, blog space, etc. I am building a prototype website for Steppingstone that's going to take this a little bit further, kind of like flesh out what it will look like, what the categories will be, where they'll be placed, everything. Of course, I'm going to have a homepage and about us and a submission rules page. I've done a lot of research on different journals leading up to this. I have put a lot of work and time into figuring out a concept that is a little bit different, but also is an industry standard. So I'm really just going to take that knowledge and put it into motion by creating this prototype website. Obviously, I can't fill out all of the content since all of my work is in the same vein. I write literary fiction, and I'm not going to be able to touch on all the different topics and styles like I said earlier was really important to me, but I would like to have some semblance of what it would look like moving forward. Anyway, I hope that this gave you a glimpse of this vision of mine, gave you a little bit more background, and I hope that it piqued your interest. Thank you for listening. I hope you're having a great day. Bye.